Hi guys. Okay, let's talk about what's narky, as in what narcissists do and what healthy people would do in the same situation. All right, so I went out with someone the other day. I'd met this person before and went out and whatever. It was a chance for him to talk about himself, to put himself in the spotlight, which is super narcissistic, right? He started a project before we met, started a project at his house. He ended up being late as a result. Why would you start a major project knowing that you're supposed to meet with someone? Makes no sense. That is very passive aggressive. At first, it looks innocent, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing innocent about that. That's very, very passive aggressive, which is notorious that narcs are notorious for being passive aggressive. Okay. So he ended up being late. And then, like I said, made the entire thing about himself. A healthy person would have been there either early or on time because they're excited to meet you. Okay. They would have cleared their books for the day. They're not their books, but they would have cleared their schedule for the day and they would have made sure that they're available when you were ready. They'd be like, no problem, I'm heading out there now. Okay. That's what a healthy person would do as opposed to a narc. We had had a discussion about, do you believe in God? And that rubbed him the wrong way because whatever went on with him as a child that messed him up and caused him to be a narc in the first place, that also ruffles his feathers incorrectly with the God conversation. And I said, well, there's scientific proof of some of the things that were in the Bible. And he said, I'm not having that discussion, with an attitude. A healthy person would be, well, I'm not really sure. I'm on the fence about some things because, my parents pushed religion on me, but they're hypocrites. So I got a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to that, but we could talk about that at another time. Or whatever is the reason why you want to flip the bird to God. There's a reason why you're doing that. Okay. And something more powerful than you, something bigger than you, had to have created you. If you look at it from a scientific perspective only, nothing happens on circumstances. There are things that happen and happen and happen, and then it results in that. No person is here as a result of poof, you just popped out of nowhere. Okay. If you don't want to talk about religion, that's cool. What about from a scientific perspective? How the hell do you think you came about? You just poofed, appeared? Anyway, wow. So there's some anger and resentment, and maybe there's something there that makes him angry about the God conversation. And if I'm telling you from a scientific perspective, because he wants to focus on science before he shut down the conversation, you want to focus on science. I told you there's scientific proof. I'm not having this discussion. Right, because when you prove somebody wrong, they get pissed off. Because that doesn't follow the agenda in their head. That doesn't follow what they believe. So don't be giving me proof because I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm sure you're not. A healthy person would be like, well, it's kind of a heavy topic. I don't know if I want to go there now, but I've got a little bit of negativity. And there's some things that I experienced growing up that made me feel uncomfortable with the religion and with the God conversation. I'm not really ready to go there, but there's some things there, some issues there, but we'll discuss it at a later time. You're not going to get pissed off and say, I'm not having that discussion. You don't even want to talk about it from a scientific, take God out of the equation. What about science and what about proof? They ain't trying to hear all that. Okay. So, and again, he made the whole get together in person all about him. I thought, I don't care what his beliefs are, if he still operates on Christian values, and maybe he could be a good friend, because as far as relationship, that was out of the equation. Talked about himself the whole time, like I said, asked me 2 questions, asked me about the fibro, which I really don't need to discuss that with anyone, but whatever, it's chronic pain. I can take care of myself. I'm not a baby. And first of all, and also asked me about my t-shirt. What does UCM mean? That was the extent of getting to know me, because it was all about him, not me. A healthy person would ask you questions about yourself. So we're making comparisons between a narky person and a healthy person. This is what it should look like. Um, Also, if you're sitting here saying you're so lonely and you want to spend more time doing things, it was a gorgeous day. He knew my other friend because we had met before. We all hung out before. I said, well, why don't you, when we were done, finally done, um, before I decided to cut him off, and we'll go into that in a minute. I said, why don't you hang with me and my other friend because we're going to take the beast running, take my dog running, and it's a gorgeous day, and he likes to hike, and he's very physical. Why don't you come with us? Can I think about it? I think I'm gonna go home. A healthy person would be like, yeah, that sounds like fun. It's a gorgeous day. Why not? Especially since you're so lonely and you want to be with other people and you want to hang out. It's a perfect day to do it before the weather flips on a dime, and it will, unfortunately. Before it flips, you can enjoy all the beautiful days. And a healthy person would be thinking to themselves, I get to spend more time with her. Hell yeah. It wasn't late in the day where you have to get up early in the morning. It was the afternoon. A narc is not going to do anything they don't want to do. Period. Period. And the list of reasons and excuses are longer than the Mississippi River. You can rest assured they never run out of reasons and excuses. When the real reason, those reasons are lies. The real reason is that doesn't fit my agenda and I don't see how that benefits me. Healthy person would be like, hell yeah, it benefits me. I get to spend more time with her. I get to see her with her other friend and how they interact, and we get to enjoy the day, and we're just going to have a good time. See the difference, the drastic difference between, it's like black and white. So anyway, when this whole thing ended, I heard nothing from him. It was crickets. Even if you just wanted to be pals only, even if it was a business lunch, business only, you would email the person or text them and you would say, thank you for lunch. I had a great time. Our discussion was great. Thank you. That's what a healthy person would do. Or someone who really likes you would be tickled to tell you how much fun they had. This mofo went silent. Today is what, Thursday? Haven't heard nothing from him. I blocked him yesterday because I looked at all the behaviors. I looked at how self-absorbed he is. I looked at how he's not going to do what he don't want to do if he don't feel like doing it. I've been through this with narcs before, and I ain't going to ask you to do nothing else ever again. That's it. I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm done. So I blocked him yesterday. He will resurface on Friday because that's what he does. He waits several days. A healthy person would never wait. They're so excited to talk to you. In fact, if they're really excited about you, they're going to have to hold back writing you as much as they'd want to, texting you as much as they'd want to, because they don't want to overwhelm you. But they'd be tickled to say, I had so much fun at lunch. It was a beautiful day and I had beautiful company. Thank you so much. Silence. Silence. So these are the major differences. Don't feel bad about dumping this person. They are not, they need their own company. They really don't need other people because it's all about them anyway. The only reason they need other people is because they need to show off. Like in his case, he needs to brag to you about all the things he's done in his life that are so amazing. And I think a turnoff for him too, to be quite honest, a turnoff for him too was the fact that I wasn't thrilled about all the money he's got, and he could retire in 2 years, 24 months, 2 years, dummy. He could retire, and I didn't get dollar signs in my eyes. I didn't go, wow, that's cool. I don't care about your freaking money. You could take your money and shove it where the sun doesn't shine. You know why? Because I've met celebrities. I've been in millionaires, billionaires' homes before. That shit don't impress me. Yes, it's nice to meet people that are, they've got tons of money. And I've met, like I said, I've met celebrities. I lived in New York. You're going to meet a celebrity inevitably, probably. All right? Probably, depending on the circles that you hang in. So I've been in Nick Ashford's house. Ashford and Simpson. You know the song Solid as a Rock. That's what our love is. Right. I've been in their house. I got lost trying to find the bathroom. So there ain't nothing you got that is more than what they got. I don't care about that. I'm not impressed with that. What kind of person are you? That's what gets me going. That's what makes me go, oh, wow. I need to know that you have a good heart. I need to know that you care about somebody other than yourself. I need to know that you're mentally stable. You can have money coming out of your freaking ears and be the most selfish bastard on the planet. And a lot of women, especially women who are stay-at-home moms or in their, or they're, whatever the case may be, they're dependent on their partner, they became disabled, or something happened with them where they can't work, or they're off work for X amount of period of time because of whatever reason, they just had surgery or whatever. If they're with a narcissist, they will see the selfishness on a massive scale and the control with money. Massive control with money. There's rich people who are narcissists. They will dominate you with money, especially if you're dependent on them, or you agree that you'd be a stay-at-home mom or whatever the case may be. You will see them dominate with money. Why do I care about your money? I don't. I've talked to Luther Vandross, for God's sakes. I met him at Nick Ashford's house. My father worked construction in Connecticut. He did work for them. Okay? He did a job for them. And as a result of that, he did a good job. They invited us to their home. Okay? There's nothing you're going to do that's going to surpass that. Sorry. Nothing you're going to do to surpass that. I don't care about that. I'm not materialistic. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass. I think that was a turnoff for him too, because I was supposed to have dollar signs in my eyes, and I was supposed to go, oh my God, you could retire in 2 years? Oh my freaking God. You must be doing good financially. I don't care about that. Okay? I don't care. Are you stable? Are you a prick? Am I going to feel like I'm in prison, incarcerated when I'm involved with you? Which I would never get involved with a narcissist in the first place. I'm done with y'all sickos. Take your money, hug it at night, and that's it. And I talked about this in the other video where his sex drive is through the roof, and he used 2 women in 2 long-term relationships at different times, as far as I know. He used them for their bodies. He used them. He tossed them up. And every kind of way you could get tossed, you got tossed. These women were used. One of them allowed herself to be used by giving him 7 years of her time. I never would have given, ain't nobody getting no 7 years of my time. You must be crazy. With no commitment, no ring, no nothing, no discussion of it. Get the hell out of here. So, and like I mentioned in the other video, he emphasized how strong his sex desire is. He's, my drive is so high. That means I plan on tossing you up sexually. And if you're not okay with that, you need to dump this person before you get started. They're making it a point to tell you that so that they can let you know what you're signing up for. Freaky deaky bed action for years with no commitment. Who wants to sign up for that? Don't you dare give a man 7 years. Don't you freaking dare. I will come for you. Don't you dare. If you want a serious relationship. If you don't, and you want to be with this person for years and years and years with zero commitment, and some women do that, why, I don't know. It's a waste of your time. But if that's what you want to do, that's your choice. You're an adult. But if you want something serious, you give him a year tops. If he don't know where I don't know if I want to be with you, dump him. Dump him. As far as the religious thing, I'm going to go back there for a second. And it's not religious, it's spiritual. There's a difference between religious. Some of the most religious people are the biggest fakes you'll ever see in your life. And they treat you like crap. Even in church, they treat you like shit. Can you tell I've been through that before? Not from men, but from women. Looking at me like, and you just received the Holy Spirit? You just received church? You got fed Jesus and God through the church, through the sermon, and you're acting like that? Bitch. Anyway. Stop laughing, it's not funny. But the God conversation, wow, you gonna get that angry? I'm not religious. I didn't say you were religious. I'm talking about spiritual. A lot of religious people are fake. I'm more spiritual than anything else. So, oh my God. Wow. And the Bible says, as far as the God thing, thou shalt not be unequally yoked. That means that if one of y'all is an atheist, even though he didn't use that word, one doesn't believe in God and you do, you're doomed from the start. Because narcissists believe that they are God. Why do I need to believe in some man floating on the clouds in the sky when I am God? They may not ever say it, or they may say it. They worship themselves. They'll never bow down and worship God. Never. Never. And many of them go to church because of image. They need society to go, oh, you go to church, what a good man. A lot of demons go to church. Remember that. Anyway, y'all take care. Much love. Okay, wait. Y'all take care. Stay away from demons. Okay? Much love. Bye.